Hello, and welcome to Exploration Art with me, JR, where I create art inspired by the world around me. Today, we're going on an incredible journey through myth and legend with an ancient and fascinating creature called the world turtle. The world turtle has been ingrained in ancient cultures around the world for thousands of years. It is a symbol of life, strength, and the foundation of our very existence. In this two-part series, we're going to bring this myth to life on paper. In part one, we'll dive into the history of the world turtle, explore its origins across different cultures, and then we'll create our concept sketch and layout for the final project. We will be using graphite pencils for this today. In part two, I'll bring it all to life with vibrant colors using Prismacolor pencils. So come along and let's go on this adventure together. Before we get our hands dirty with graphite, let's talk about the incredible story behind this project, the myth of the world turtle. The myth of the world turtle, or the cosmic turtle as it is known, is a truly global phenomenon. It's an ancient creation myth that explains how the world came to be, often depicting a giant turtle or tortoise that carries the entire world on its back. While the idea seems fantastical, it is a powerful metaphor on how different cultures have tried to make sense of their place in the universe. So where did the first idea appear? There's a bit of a challenge to pinpoint it exactly, but a strong case can be made for its deep roots in ancient India. We find one of the earliest and most detailed accounts in Hindu mythology. Here, the tortoise is named as, excuse my pronunciation, Akupara. In some versions of the myth, the god Vishnu takes the form of a giant tortoise. This tortoise is called Kurma. During the churning of the cosmic ocean, he supports Mount Mandara, which is used as a churning rod to retrieve various treasures, including an elixir of immortality. This act of support and foundation is a central theme. The world is often described as being supported on the back of 4 elephants, which in turn stand on the shell of the giant Akupara. It's a beautiful and layered image, a testament to the Hindu cosmological view. The idea of the tortoise as a foundational being is incredibly strong here, embodying patience, wisdom, and the unwavering strength to hold up in the entire cosmos. As these ideas spread, they adapted and evolved to different cultures, creating a rich tapestry across the globe. Think of it as whispers going from continent to continent, changing with each telling. The concept of a world-bearing animal isn't unique to a turtle, but the turtle is a recurring character. Let's look at Europe. While the world turtle myth isn't as prominent in Western European folklore as it is elsewhere, we see similar creation stories. In Norse mythology, the world is formed on the body of the giant Ymir. While not a turtle, it shares the same concept of a living being providing the foundation for the world. In Slavic mythology, some stories suggest the world is a giant island floating on the endless ocean, sometimes on the back of a large animal, though it is not always a turtle. The core idea is still there. The world is not just a lifeless rock, but a living, breathing part of a larger cosmic entity. Now let's turn to Asia, where the myth truly flourishes. In Chinese mythology, we have the story of Nuwa, the creator goddess. After the sky shattered, she used 4 legs of a giant tortoise, Ao, to prop up the 4 corners of the world and prevent the sky from falling. This is another powerful and ancient example of the tortoise as a cosmic pillar, a symbol of stability and order after a time of chaos. The tortoise, with its slow, deliberate movements and long life, represents endurance and steadfastness. In this story, it is not just holding up the world, but actively repairing it, as a testament to the restorative power of nature. The Japanese also have a version of this myth, though it is often more subtle in some tales. A massive tortoise called Gimbu is one of the 4 legendary beasts represented in the cardinal directions. It's often associated with the north and winter and is sometimes depicted with a snake intertwined around it. It symbolizes longevity and deep wisdom of the earth. What all these stories have in common is a deep-seated human need to find a foundation, to imagine a world that isn't floating aimlessly through the void, that is supported by something ancient and strong. This is what I want to capture in my art. Something that captures the sheer scale of this giant turtle, the massive weight bearing down of it from supporting the world, to give that emotion and project that profound patience of this mythical creature. All right, now it's time to get to the fun part of this project. First, let's talk about the concept sketch. This is where we get our ideas down on paper without worrying about perfection. I am imagining this turtle not as a cute, friendly creature, but a colossal ancient being. The sheer weight of its existence should be palpable. So my initial thought is to have its head low, as if it's carrying the world for millennia and is weary, but still steadfast. For the shell, I want a mountainous landscape. I'm thinking jagged cliffs and towering peaks. The mountains aren't just part of the shell, they are the shell. So I'll rough in some spiky, rocky shapes. I will sketch a few waterfalls cascading down the side of the turtle, creating a beautiful, dynamic flow. The water is a symbol of life, and it contrasts with the ancient, stony weight of the turtle. And for the trees, I want bonsai trees. The bonsai tree, while small, represent ancient and twisted forms of nature. They will be a perfect addition to our turtle. I'll place them on the peaks and ridges, some big, some small, to give a sense of scale and life. With the overall composition, I want the turtle centered, making a majority of the frame. The background will be space with stars and space dust and clouds, which will gradually fade into the primordial waters below. The turtle will be wading in these waters. I make note where the horizon line will be, making sure that I create a defined line between the sky and the water. With the face, I want the expression to convey ancient wisdom and immense burden. The skin on its head and legs will be wrinkled and textured. I am not pressing hard here, I'm just laying down a very light guide. And if I get too dark, I come back with my putty eraser to lighten the line. For the mountains on the shell, I will use sharp angles and soft curves to give them a natural but more dramatic look. And for the waterfalls, I'll sketch a path for the water, creating a sense of movement. All right, guys, that's it for part 1, where we laid out our concept art and then our final sketch on our Bristle Paper 300 series. We also learned the incredible history, how a simple turtle carrying the weight of the world on its back resonated through countless ages. Join me in part 2, where we will bring this world to life with color. We'll be using our Prismacolor pencils to add vibrant hues to the heavens and the ancient shell of our world turtle. We will also dive into the fascinating myths of the Americas. You won't want to miss it. Until then, keep exploring, keep creating, and I'll see you in the next episode.